Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Orsini Yu-Gi-Oh! Back with another deck profile. I took this Blackwing deck to the Toronto Regionals this past weekend and came 43rd place. Got my invite. It was like a 318 person regional, I believe. Ended up going 6-3 over 9 rounds of Swiss. Honestly, this deck was insane. Ended up getting my invite, first ever invite for me, so that was huge. Um, yeah, let's get right into the profile. I'll move the extra deck to the side for now. So we had 3 Simoon. This card was absolutely nuts. Came up so clutch for me in my Rescue Ace match in round 3. And it's another great player. I think his deck profile was on Hakuna Matata. Um, it was crazy. I stopped him with Valor and uh, yeah, I pretty much had evenly Lightning Storm in hand. Cleaned up. Top deck was a Blackwing, and I needed that to use Simoon, so came up huge. Some of those here. We played 3 Sudri, best normal summon of the deck. I mean, Simoon's the best starter, but Sudri plus a combination of the next birds you'll see is honestly more than enough just to play around Droll. Like, Simoon loses to Droll, but this line does not lose to Droll. So we played 3 Sudri, 3 Vada, crazy card, 8 Ash and Impermolde, but I mean, I'd rather have it like that way. It's all good. You still get, you eat hand traps with this deck like it's nothing for the most part. Unless they hit you with multiple, like you're playing through a lot. 3 Shamal. Love opening this guy. Just allows you to also play under Droll because he allows you to add back Blackwings from the grave back to hand when you synchro summon a Blackwing or Blackwing Dragon. Crazy card. Um, Nothing else really to say about these guys. You open all 3, it's a god hand. For the one of Blackwings, we have Zephyros. Crazy extender lets you play more. Bounce back your Black Feather Rowan. Be able to get another reborn. Card's nuts. I opened it actually quite a few times, but you're still able to play within your hand. 1 Chinook MVP. Crazy miscut on this guy, but Chinook is basically like an effect veiler that also sends a Blackwing Sinker or Blackwing Dragon from the extra deck to grave, and makes your opponent's monster lose 700 attack. So like damage step, it's basically like Kaluta Helm. Uh, Sharanga, this guy's also nuts. From the grave, while you have a Blackwing Synchro, which could be like Full Armor Master, for example, and nice towers, you could banish him, pop a face-up card on the field. Easy. Harmaton, honestly, fantastic extender. Most of the time, he's just fodder, though, when you're using Vada, because you have to send non-tuners from the deck to the grave that are Blackwings. That basically result in level 8. Usually send him and Zephyros, or if you're trying to add Chinook to your hand, you send these 2 to the grave. So then Shamal can add back Chinook to hand. Wouldn't change any of the one-ofs. Wouldn't add more either, to be honest. We play 2 of the OG Black Whirlwind. Opening this plus Sudri, or this plus Shamal. Full combo. 1 Black Feather Whirlwind. I cut this down. I was playing 2 for the longest time, but I want to make space for some more hand traps in the end. I mean, Shamal, you discard him and place this anyway. It kind of sucks when you open Shamal and this. It just turns Shamal off in your hand, but at the end of the day, this card's still crazy. So, I played a Bestial Engine. We played only 2 Lubellion. I felt like this was correct because I was playing 3 before and it was working very well. Just like I wanted to see more of like the Blackwing engine more often than not. Like these cards are great to see. It's just it can get too cloggy having too many. You just play the targets Mag, Druis, Serenir. Just one of each is perfectly fine. They act as hand traps in some matchups. Other matchups they're just an extra extender or engine. So that's it for the Bestials. I decided to cut the regain and the beast. I flip flop between the 2. I was only playing 1 in the main deck at each time, but I decided to cut them completely and just put the regain to the side. I feel like it was just not necessary to win going first. This deck, it's very, very, very strong going first. I also cut down to 2 Assault Synchron. As much as this is a great extender, even just for your Blackwing plays, I don't know why I played at 3 and I see 2 of it every time in my hand, and it's you just like lose games like that. But great card. This plus Lubellion is Dissipator and Brone with no normal summon, which is very, very nice. What made this deck crazy is I finally got Pot of Prosperity. Um, this card won me like 3 games, I think. Just top decked into the absolute right card. Yeah, this card was crazy. It adds so much consistency, and you play it with 3 Small World as well. These 6 combined, like, this deck does not break. I like for the most part it doesn't work out. That 2 of my 3 losses were due to like breaks or just like a hand trap war. But I mean, most of the time you're seeing your starters, and even under this deck could play under Joel pretty easily. It only really hurts if you start with like Pot or Small World or Saboon, but that's if they have the Droll. And sometimes you could still just play around it if you open like the right cards. Hand traps, played 3 Ash. Felt like it was just super strong. Hit the emergency. Good against Labyrinth. Overall crazy. I opted to play 3 Droll in the main, and this was crazy against my Flu opponent, which is this deck's best matchup like by far, because Armor Master just wins the game for free. Um, I in game 1, I drolled him on his turn. I also drolled him on my turn because I didn't need to search. I ended up losing that one because it was just a really really weird game state. But in the third game, same thing happened. I drolled him on his turn, and I already had all the cards I needed in hand, so I drolled him on my turn and ended up taking that match 2-1. Droll was crazy all day though. Very very good. Also played 2 Veiler. I wish I could have made space for the third one, as this card in theory is just crazy against like Rescue Ace, for example, which it did win me the game against Rescue Ace. Um, Wish I could have played a third, but I want to keep the deck at a clean 40 because every time I play this deck over 40 cards, I just hate it. But yeah, that's the main deck, clean 40. I'll put that there. For the extra deck, so the extra deck, I really kept it very similar to like my last profile, but I added basically just SP. But realistically, like this extra deck, I don't see anything to change. You could opt for like a Muddy Mud Dragon and like Dragoon type of extra deck, but I feel this is just much more consistent and honestly did enough to win games. So we have the 1-0, burns in 100 in time if you really need it, but it also gives you another normal summon, which can be huge sometimes with like cards like Zephyros in your hand, or if you just need an extra search. Border Storm, only playing my 1. Some people play my 2, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like 1 is enough. You use him, you can dump Zephyros. You could, if you didn't, if Vada got ashed or impermed, or you could dump what I usually dump, which is Sharnga with a level 2 that could pop, and it makes him a level 2 tuner, which is very nice. Silverwind. So I don't play the trap in the main deck anymore either, but this card is for like post side, where you side in the trap, and you can use the trap to synchro into this on your opponent's turn, pop 2 monsters. Very, very good interruption. Cooks a lot of matchups. 2 Blackwing Dragon, just for the grind game. Vada summons this, so it's pretty essential to at least, you need 1 100%, but I think 2 is correct, just because Chinook can send the other one. We play 3 of this beast, Blackwing Assault Dragon. Burns your opponent at 700 for every monster effect. Card is absolutely nuts. Contribute itself when it has 4 counters to wipe the whole board. Enough said. I mean, you usually end on 2 of these with with Armor Master and then a Dissipator, which is enough to steal games. And you have hand traps in hand, pop in the grave, like you're golden. Armor Master, this card won me so many games. Not many decks can out of towers like this, where he's just unaffected by card effects, not activated effects, just unaffected by everything. And people just struggle to deal with it, and it makes them play in such a way where they kind of lose sight of like what they're doing. Yeah, I would run 2, just I didn't find the extra deck space for it. I opted to run 1 Draco Berserker. It's a good like flex 8 to go into, or also a decent banish off Prosperity. This with Dissipator is actually crazy. This banishes a monster, sets up Dissipator for a negate, so that's very nice as well. I played Excel, Baron, Dissipator, Chaos Angel. These 3/10s, insane. I did not go into Chaos Angel very often. I think I went into it once to break a board, but having the option there is nice because you can do it with Light and Dark if you're using Lubellion and like Vada or Assault Synchron, and that option feels crazy good. But Dissipator and Barone, like, insane. Dissipator especially, because the combo, like, oh, man, like Dissipator just allows you to have a free extra synchro on your board, basically. And then the 1 SP, I actually went into this quite a bit. You do synchro lock yourself sometimes in the deck with Sujri's second effect, but I opted not. That's why I opted to cut the trap because I didn't want to synchro lock myself and keep myself off of SP. Because sometimes like I can end on the same board as like some other decks, right? Like Vanadium, where they go like SP Barone, Dissipator. This deck could do it too. And honestly, I feel like it's much more effective. Doesn't lose the droll. Just very solid deck. As for the side deck, I thought my side deck was honestly pretty decent. It felt good, but there was some things that probably would change. So the three one-ofs on my side for the most part. Well, they're not one-ofs, but three like kind of random cards. We play the Blackwing Twin Shadow, so this one can shuffle two Blackwings from banished or grave for cost, and Synchro Blackwing that equals the levels basically. So usually you go into either Armor Master if you don't end on it, or nothing. Or Silver Wind to pop two. Good card. Decided in going first. I sided this card in going first a lot too. Regained, crazy for the grind. Not much else to say about it. Just insane card. And then the one called by. This actually came up in my first round against Salad. Called by his Foxy, and he was forced to go a really like weird play route where it was very easy for me to like come on the crackback and win the game. Yeah, I mean I would. It was nice. Just to hope that I have insurance for some hand traps, but not bad. We played triple Nibiru. Card was pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was insane, but it came up once or twice, allowed me to play. Um, yeah, in my round six, I believe against Manadium, this card plus Droll just won me game three, and it was free. So I would definitely keep it in there. You need it for all the combo decks in the format. The one card I think I would change is triple DD Crow. I didn't play a single Unchained, and it was kind of in there for the Unchained matchup. Um, it was also there for tier limits, but like I did play tiered. It was just like a very weird game. Like it was just a grindy loss. Um, would probably take these out. Don't know what I would play instead, but it was okay. It came up against Labyrinth, and that's about it. Just for one banish of the Ku Klux. Then we got triple evenly. Card was crazy as per usual. Uh, this Dex engine can break boards going second. It's not even a question. And this just makes it like infinitely easier. And then the last card is two Storm and a Duster, because this deck does struggle against back row like Labyrinth, but I feel like the combination of those six cards going like post side, it makes it a decently easy matchup. Yeah, that was it for the deck profile. I can let me pull up my matchups. I'll tell you guys what I played, how I did. So I went 6-3. Let's see here. So round one Salad, I won 2-1. Round two Labyrinth, I won 2-1. Round three Rescue Ace, I won 2-1. Round four Tier Elements, lost 0-2. Round five Dragon Link, lost 0-2. Round six Vanadium, I won 2-1. Round seven Fluenderies, I won 2-1. Round eight was Rescue Ace, I lost 2-1. That was a very, very tight match. That guy was a very good player. But it was just unfortunate. He just top decked out of it. We were both on like 0 cards. And round 9, Branded Chimera, I won 2-1. And yeah, got my invite, came 43rd overall. Really proud of myself as it was my first like invite that I've got. I've been playing for like a year now, so it felt really good to get that with my favorite deck, to be honest with you. Like, I love this card, man. I just love this card. Anyway, guys, that's it for the deck profile. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe for some more. I'm cooking up a few other lists for this new format now that I got my invite. Have some fun with it. Yeah, that's where seeing you go. Peace out, boys.